In our last module, we have implemented the value object base class, and there were some issues. So here we have public override int get hash code unchecked. Int hash is equals to 17 for each var item. So here, this item will come here, and this return hash will not be inside the for each loop. It will come here rather. Okay, so this is done. Now the next thing to do is to create our next two value objects, the product name, one for the product name and the other one for money. The value object base class provides value base equality for all domain value objects by comparing their defining properties instead of object references. This class here implements structural equality for domain value objects, ensuring two objects are equal when all of their value components match and not by identity or reference. So let's go ahead and create our product name entity. When I click on the value object project folder here, add a new class. We call that product name. Yeah. And the product name is required and must be between 2 and 250 characters. For example, cannot be white space only and no invalid characters. So here is the implementation. Let me remove this one on unnecessary usings. Changing the internal to public. And here we'll put our value object base class here. Yeah, our value object base class here. We come here and we implement the abstract class. So now we have public class product name, and which implements the value object. So we come here and define our first value. So I can call it anything. I can call it name. So this one will be public string. Let me just call it okay, name has come automatically. Let me just call it value and put get there. You are not going to set it. It will only take the get. And define a constructor for the product name. So the constructor tool will take the string value and down here we'll have value is equals to value. Okay. Okay, so and then we'll put, since we are going to create this one too, we can create a new product here, a new product name here. So let's put public create, public static instead, public static product name create, and we put string name and we have this. So instead of this, I'll first put what is this? Instead of this, we'll first take null for the product name. So if string is null or white space, if the name is null or the name does not exist, or if the name is null or empty, yeah, that's the correct word. We say throw new argument exception, product name cannot be empty, cannot be null or empty. Correct. So that's where we are. So now it means the product must exist. I mean, we must key in a new product. That field should never be null or empty. The second thing I said earlier, when I was talking about the business rules of the product name value object, I said it's required. So this is what we've done here. If name, the name cannot be null or empty. Now, I also said it should be between 2 and 250 characters. 2 and 250 characters. So let's put that 1, 2. So we are going to say if name.length is less than 2, it shouldn't be less than 2. It should just be between 2 and 250 characters. So let's come here and say if name.length is less than 2, we throw another argument exception and say, by saying product name must be at least 2 characters long. Must be at least 2 characters long. So, and I also said it must be between 2 and 250. It means it shouldn't be less than 2 and it shouldn't be greater than 250. So let's define that one too. If name.length is greater than 250, we set through new argument exception, product name cannot exceed 250 characters. And then we return our new product name, which is this. So we have our validation rules at the top. Okay. So, and earlier there was this method that was created, protected override enumerable of object get equality component, that comes from the base class. So here we are coming to return the value yield, the value, and finally it can also be converted. Let's make sure it is a string by putting public override string to string goes to the value, yeah, returns the value instead. And that's it. We are done with our product value object. In the next module, we are going to define the money value object.